Okay. I'm going to start, and then we're going to go from, to the fire officials.
And Chief, excuse me, for those of us that don't have a reporter here, before you speak, if you could tell us who you are, so
Yes.
the people back there know who you are.
Very good. Okay, well, good afternoon. I'm Chief Dan Llewellyn from the Mentor Police Department, and we have called this conference this afternoon to let the people of our community know that the Marsh Fire situation, along with another fire situation, has come to a conclusion as far as the investigative end goes. As a result of the investigation, specifically with the Marsh Fire, we've arrested 2 individuals. This Marsh Fire happened back in April the 28th of 2003, and it's been an ongoing investigation by a group of individuals. A team that has been made up of both firefighters, fire investigators, and police officers. That investigation has taken quite a while. We've talked to many people, and as a result of a lot of hard work by a lot of good officers and a combined group from the police department, Lieutenant Trask headed up our end of the investigation along with Detective Collier, and the fire officials will identify those members from their organization. The message here today is that we have made 2 arrests, and so that segment is complete, and the 2 individuals were arrested. They were brought in front of the court today, in front of Judge Trevitz, and they have been charged in these cases. This part, like I said, of the investigation is concluded. We are very serious about these types of crimes in our city. They impact our community. They impact the welfare and the safety of our citizens. And these cases, sometimes they take a little longer, but I want people to be sure that we take it serious and we make sure we cover the bases and we get things done right, and that's why we're here today. So with that, what I would like to do is introduce Deputy Chief Bob Searles from the Fire Department, and along with me at the table here, Deputy Chief Tom Talcott, and the District Preserve Manager, Charlotte McCready. She's with us also. So with that, I would like to defer to Deputy Chief Bob Searles for his comments, reference the Fire Department and their role in this.
Thank you, Chief.
Would you say and spell your last name first for us?
Certainly, Jeff. My name is Deputy Chief Robert Searles of the Mentor Fire Department, S-E-A-R-L-E-S. As the police chief mentioned, we're very proud of our fire investigation unit. Brought these charges today. It was the result of a 16-month joint investigation between police and fire. I'd like to tell you a little bit about the unit. Since its inception in 2002, 23 fires were determined to be intentionally set. And of those 23 fires, the Mentor Fire Investigation Unit has made 18 arrests in those incidents. And we will continually, aggressively investigate arson within our city. I'd like to thank Police Lieutenant Trask, Lieutenant Scott Shannon from the Fire Department, and Detective Collier for their efforts in this case. We are very proud of their efforts to protect the citizens of our community, and we will continue to investigate arson aggressively. I'd like to turn it over to Chief Talcott.
Okay. Deputy Chief Thomas Talcott, last name's T-A-L-C-O-T-T. Okay. On behalf of Fire Chief Richard Harvey, I'd like to recognize not only the greater Mentor community, but also all of the agencies that were involved in helping us not only fight the fire, but conduct a 16-month investigation. As you may recall from previous press releases or information on the marsh, we had approximately 250 firefighters involved in fighting the fire from Lake Geauga, Ashtabula, and eastern Cuyahoga County. We had multiple police agencies supporting with logistics and traffic control and citizen safety. ODNR was on scene, the Ohio Department of Natural Resources, with their interest in the marsh and in the investigation phases. The citizens of Mentor were wonderful in their support. They helped out our first responders. They cooperated with traffic control, fire control. Very, very great support from the citizens. The media, you folks did a wonderful job of getting information out to the citizens to keep them apprised of what was going on and help us with traffic control, and that is much appreciated. Again, burned upwards of $220,000 to $250,000 estimated damage to property and the environment. Resulted in a 16-month investigation that got us to the point we're at right now. And again, a lot of people had supported us that we want to express our appreciation. As you can see, arson can have a very significant and long-term impact on the community. And as such, we will, again, let me emphasize, continue to do everything in our power to find those people who set intentional fires that are destructive. And I'd like to, at this point, introduce Charlotte McCurdy from ODNR and allow for her comments.
Could you just move those over, please?
Sure.
Spell your name, please.
Charlotte McCurdy, McCurdy. I'm with the Ohio Department of Natural Resources, Division of Natural Areas and Preserves.
How do you spell Charlotte?
Charlotte. First off, on behalf of ODNR, Division of Natural Areas and Preserves, I would like to express our thanks to the wonderful combined efforts of the Mentor Fire Department and the Mentor Police Department. Their persistence and in their investigations really come to this outcome in a positive way, and that we have someone responsible for the damages to the marsh, which were very extensive in many ways. There were structural damages, damage to wildlife and habitat, and one of the major negative impacts has been on the environment and the regrowth and the regeneration of the swamp forest. When an event such as this type of fire occurs, sapling trees that are trying to reestablish themselves to overcome the Phragmites growth are damaged and killed in the fire. And something like this to try and start back at square one now is where we are, and that will take another 15 to 20 years just to get where we were before the fire. It's the goal of both the Cleveland Museum and Natural Areas to try and get this area to revert back to the natural area it once was as a swamp marsh, which contains no Phragmites. But Phragmites is intolerant to shade, so we need the trees out there to help outcompete the Phragmites. And again, when you have a loss and damage such as this, it really sets us back in the ecological progress that we've tried to make. And we have tried since last spring to establish a habitat restoration project in planting trees that are native to the swamp forest, trying to get going again on that positive swing to the regeneration. So hopefully those will take hold, and we'll start back at square one.
Who's going to answer questions?
Oh, well,
That would be you.